Everyone talks about Viking warriors, but nobody talks about the women who decided whether those warriors lived or died. Let me introduce you to something wild. The idea that a man's victory in battle wasn't determined by muscles, weapons, or training, but by his HÚGR, the warrior spirit mind, and the women who could summon it, strengthen it, or destroy it. This isn't fantasy, this is straight from Norse law. In Viking culture, women weren't just observers of war, they were architects of destiny. The Norse believed the body fought, but the HÚGR chose the winner. And the HÚGR could be shaped by who? Not the king, not the commander, and not even the gods, but by volur, female seers who practice sior, the spiritual art of bending fate, courage, and fear. They didn't swing swords, they didn't march into battle. They stood behind the warriors and shaped their spirit mind like iron. Sior wasn't magic, it was psychological warfare thousands of years ahead of its time. A volva could summon courage, silence doubt, sharpen aggression, weaken an enemy's resolve, send nightmares before battle, or fracture a warrior spirit mid-fight. In spiral combat terms, this is perception warfare level 1000. Imagine entering a cage fight and realizing your opponent isn't alone. Their spirit has been fortified by someone who knows how to manipulate fear, belief, and destiny. That's what Viking warriors believed. The greatest warrior in Norse myth learned this power from a woman. Odin, the god of war himself, did not invent Sior. He learned it from Freyja, a woman. Even the Allfather understood. To win battles, you control more than bodies. You control HÚGR, the soul engine of a fighter. And women held the keys. So, let's bring this into MMA for a second. People talk about cardio, game planning, wrestling, angles, punching power. But they forgot the oldest truth in combat. A fighter doesn't step into the cage alone. They walk in with the state of their spirit. And throughout history, women have been the ones who could strengthen, sharpen, or completely unravel that spirit. A Viking would look at a fighter today and say, show me the warrior, but also show me who shapes their HÚGR. It's deeper than fight IQ, and it's deeper than training. It's a spiritual geometry. So, here's the question. Who in the UFC today fights like their HÚGR is fortified by something bigger than themselves? Comment down below. Yes, some fighters are spiritually protected, or no, it's all physical skill. And if you want the breakdown of warrior spirit, combat psychology, and the geometry of perception, go to spiralcombat.com.